Was it a mailer or your live?
We're in competition, aren't we, for the same category or something? Go head to head. Category.
Tell me how to fix that. Yes.
All right, we'll go ahead and call the meeting order for the Angola Common Council, Monday, April 6th. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Coffey.
Present.
Councilmember Olson. Here. Councilmember Sharkey.
Here.
Councilmember Dow.
Here.
Councilmember McDermott.
Here.
Request approval of the March 16th minutes, please.
So moved. Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Ordinance number, unfinished business, ordinance number 1798, 2026, an ordinance amending the City of Angola, Indiana Employee Handbook, Employee Benefits, Leave Programs, second reading.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, we'd like to do third reading on this so we can get it moving. Ordinance number 1798, 2026, ordinance amending the City of Angola, Indiana Employee Handbook, Employee Benefits, Leave Program for third reading.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, any other unfinished business this evening? New business, request approval for the extension of a public low-pressure sanitary main along Niblick Court. Amanda, can you fill us in on what we're trying to do here?
Yeah, so we have city sewer that runs along 110 West, which is the main road that goes through the subdivision, but nothing that goes up Niblick Court. One property owner owns all of the undeveloped lots up there, and they would like city sewer, so they are going to construct a public sewer main that goes up Niblick Court. So because it's outside city limits, it has to go to you guys for approval for the construction of a public main.
You say they're going to do it, do you mean they will do it?
Yes,
The private, you know,
property owner.
property owners thing?
It will be city owned once they're done. We will own it, maintain it, but they will.
Pay for the installation.
Do they get a tap fee when somebody taps in, or is that the situation out there?
So we talked about that and they did not want to enter into that at this
Okay.
time. Is that still fair?
That's accurate, yes.
Are we gonna check the digging and building of the main?
We'll be out
If it's our
there.
standards and so forth.
Yes, we'll be out there and do some inspections on it during the construction.
Is there a pump station going to be there too? It's all downhill, I think, because I used to live the next street
It's
over.
a low pressure force main, so
Okay.
any home that gets connected in will have a grinder station that pumps into it. But no formal lift station will be constructed.
And if something happens, those grinder, that's on the homeowner.
Correct. Yes, we would only take ownership of the main that goes up Niblick Court.
Is there any downside to us?
The existing property owners have opportunity to hook in.
Once it becomes the city's, yes. And the engineer that was hired, they designed for any possible connection.
For those connections as well.
Correct.
I move we give approval.
Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Brian, anything you'd like to add?
No, sir.
Had to ask.
Thank you for asking.
All right, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, review and determine if Terrace Place Apartments LLC located at 400 North Terrace Boulevard is or is not in compliance with the statement of benefits for real estate improvements. This is resolution 2023-853. It was originally for 10 years. Isaac, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council, for allowing me to come before you and present 3 different tax abatements. The first one is Terrace Place. Really quite the easiest when it's a real estate abatement and you look at the real estate go up. It's the first to go up generally in most projects. So you can talk about completion, you can see what the costs are, and then you just kind of ride the abatement out. So as I normally would, all the hard questions go to Mr. Ken Wilson and Mr. Ken P. Wilson on this project. Am I right?
Just me.
Just. Okay. So I've reviewed it. I've looked at the original SB1, looked at what they submitted on the CF1 forms. It's got my recommendation to pass it on to you folks for the approval. But again, all the questions go to Ken.
Anything from JIC I would like to add to that? We've scheduled you for 20-minute presentation.
I wasn't quite prepared. No, I appreciate the opportunity to have this presented in front of you again for another year. The place is completed. It is filling up a little slower than what we expected, but it is still turning out nice. The residents in there really enjoy it. So thank you for the city allowing that to happen.
I talked to cool people who live there. They really like it out there.
I move we approve.
I second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, review and determine if West Commons LLC, located at 115 to 125 North McKinney Street and 1210 West Maumee Street, is or is not in compliance with a statement of benefits for real estate improvements, Resolution 2022-831, also for 10 years.
Again, very similar. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. Brought Tyler Ridge with us today to answer all the hard questions. This was one of our first residential tax abatements that the city did besides the Killer Development Project. So happy to see, obviously, what was constructed, where it was constructed, what's now in its place, and obviously the look, the aesthetic view. Came in a little bit above, probably Tyler's not happy about this, a little bit above what it was cost projected. But again, I'll let Tyler and West Commons answer all the hard questions. I present it to you for approval.
Anything you'd like to add?
No, we appreciate your partnership. Just echoing Ken's comments, it wasn't possible without the city's participation. So appreciate everybody, and we're very proud of the product. So thank you.
Are you full?
86%.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? JICI, Tyler, we appreciate both of you, your partnership. We appreciate having the housing here in our community. Both of them are absolutely first-rate apartment buildings, and we're glad to have both of you here. Thank you for partnering with the city of Angola to provide housing for our folks. We have one more that is not on the agenda that we need to address this evening, and it is for JK Ice. We need to review and determine if JK Ice Ventures, Inc., at 319 Pokagon Trail, Suite C, is or is not in substantial compliance with a statement of benefits for personal property, resolution number 2023-849 for 5 years.
Thank you, Mayor. This one was a little bit different one in the sense that it's personal property. It's under the modified terms. So what we're looking at, when they implemented this, it was about almost $1 million in terms of CapEx expense. They committed to 3 jobs at the time, and I want to point note to 2 items. One is their current employment numbers against their payroll, what they committed to, and the number of new jobs. They originally submitted in the SB1 3 new jobs. They're at 11, and this is at the end of December 31st, 2025. I'm sure they've probably filled some of the open positions that they've had the first part of the year. So again, this is what you typically want to see. Individuals that are moving through the abatement process quickly, expeditiously in terms of meeting the employment numbers as well as the cost expense numbers. Can't say good enough things about this company and its expansion. This new line offered them new opportunities, and they've already started to talk about other opportunities that they might go into because of it. So I'm really excited about where this partnership could go, but it is before you today for this personal property approval.
Entertain a motion.
I move to approve.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Request approval of the City of Angola facade grant agreement with Sutton's Real Estate Group for property located at 111 North Wayne Street in the amount of $10,000, not to exceed $10,000.
Move we approve.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion?
Did you see the picture that they put in there that says view inside the store?
people in it.
You know, anybody look at it close? Mannequins, you mean? Yeah, that's John Williamson's old property is what.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the back of where Sutton's is today, thinking that's where they. Okay, that helps me a lot, because I looked at it, I'm like, what is it called?
It was
That is not
It's
Sutton.
Touch of Lace building, so Sutton's bought that building several years
Okay.
ago.
A little
And
early to be
so
looking for a prom date, isn't it?
You never know where you're gonna find it.
they purchased that and they have a tenant
Okay.
coming in, so they are just, it was just needed lots of love. So they are working on that. That's what
For
this
those
was.
historians of Angola, that is one of the oldest brick buildings remaining in the city.
Really?
We have pictures of all wooden buildings around the mound and that brick building down there. So that brick building's been there an awful long time.
You keep track of all the people, buildings uptown that have done the facade grant. How many have not done it, you know?
How many have not done
Have
it?
not done it,
A lot,
really?
but I don't have a number for you.
Okay, I'm just interested.
I mean, this year so far,
This
Well,
has been a
this-
great program. We've done this for several years now. I'm just wondering if,
so I encumbered, there are 3 that finished already this year that were from 2025. And we have this one and I think one other one happening very soon. But, you know, there's a lot that haven't taken advantage of it yet, but they haven't made a lot of facade changes either. So, you know, hopefully it encourages, we increased it to $10,000. So I think that people are taking advantage of that extra amount because it was up to 5.
right,
So I think that there will be others take advantage of it soon.
so do we tell the downtown people are aware of the grant possibilities and they just choose not to do so?
Yeah, I mean, the ones that, yeah,
From one to another.
just, they're not ready to make that, you know, an investment. They have to spend, it's a matching grant, so you have to spend 20 to get up to 10. They're just not, some of them aren't ready to make that investment, but we cold call some, saying, hey, we have this, are you willing, you know, let's look at this, and they just aren't ready to tackle it yet.
Do you find that the amount that we have in the fund is adequate for the, what we need to continue the program? I mean, we do every year, but do we need to increase that amount?
Did we extinguish our funds for last year? Did we use them all of last year?
I don't think that we used
I don't
it
think
all.
we did either.
We came close last year, but we didn't use it all. I don't know that we can do this, but I would like to investigate potentially helping some things on the inside of some of the buildings. A lot of these buildings are very old. They can't do ADA restrooms, the replumbing, the certain things like that. So I would like to potentially look at doing something that can help with inside. Right now, we're just doing facade, which is a huge improvement. It helps with the aesthetics of our downtown, but
One of the reasons I'm asking is eventually, I think it'd be in our best interest as a city to expand it from the downtown out on the parallel lines. You know, going north towards, on North Wayne Street, going further out.
well, we do this because it's under that overlay district of the historic
Sure.
district.
I understand,
Which is,
but that we don't have to be held by that parameter. Now, we could extend if we choose to. Am I right?
I don't
Grant, I
know.
don't know if you could.
I mean,
It's our money, but we can decide how the grant got there itself.
yeah. You could, I mean, yeah, as a council, you can
Well.
choose to do,
But if it's not being used adequately in this.
if
I
you
think
feel like
would
we're not
use it.
using it all
No,
each year, or
I'm
if
hoping
you.
we're using it, because I'd like to see it go, because I think downtown is fantastic. I just think if we're not using it, then we say, okay, this is go here, and then let's, okay, now second round. Now let's move, let's go north, you know, or let's go east.
That could be looked at, yeah,
I'm just saying.
absolutely, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. It is one of the oldest buildings in town, and JICI has been around forever, but I don't think JICI built that building, did you? Just asking. Reports, court treasurer. Yeah.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
I don't have one unless, are you gonna talk about your, okay, so I have no report.
Oh, you done talked?
Trying to stay afloat down there, so.
That's not a good way to put it when you're running away. We kind of frown on floaters now.
Downstream.
It has been tough for you. We've had a lot of rain. We understand you're dealing with a lot of.
Yeah, last 30 days, we have gauged over 12 inches.
Wow.
So, we did bypass twice last weekend, and we have more rain coming starting Thursday night, Friday morning early for approximately 3 or 4 days. So we are pushing 2.1 million 24 hours a day through the plant right now to try to make some room for the next rain event in 2 or 3.
Where are these two things at now? Anything else?
That's it.
Before we leave him, I'm kind of curious too, because you sent out the notices that you were gonna have the.
We send those notices out because it's when a rain events happen. It doesn't necessarily mean we will CSO, but it's just giving a warning that it could happen. So
When it does happen, what's the worst thing that happens because of it?
the worst thing when it just comes in so fast, it goes right around the plant and goes in the ditch.
It goes to retaining area.
That is the absolute worst.
E. coli levels go up downstream
Well,
for
that's what I'm wondering.
several days. It takes a couple days to clear itself out.
You know, I see that notice and I know you have to put a notice out for a reason. I didn't know what the reason was.
Anything else, Jeff?
Yeah, that notice is through Clean Water Act, EPA. That's the reason that's all sent out.
Heads up, basically, to everybody. Gotcha.
That's it.
Rich, what do you got for us?
I don't know if anybody noticed, but they're back working on the tower, dodging the raindrops with the paint, I guess, so they told me they'd be finishing up the paint, hopefully the end of the week, but we got rain coming, so.
When are they gonna start 300 north?
When this one's done,
Okay.
we're not gonna have towers down, so
Yeah.
they have to give us 2 weeks in between, so, but they're already wanting to start that, so.
Is Calverley full or empty now? It's empty?
Calvary's empty.
Okay.
Yep. And so they said they'd start painting decals first of next week, but that's if the rain.
Weather permitting. All right. Anything else?
It's just an update. Nope.
Sue?
Nothing, sir.
Mr. Ritter?
Nothing, sir.
Amanda?
Couple things, street department and police department worked together to put up some pedestrian flashing crossing at crosswalks, so hopefully that'll help safety there. William Street Trail is under construction, that goes from Harrington to the Fountains, so obviously slowed down by rain, but the goal is to have that done prior to the Sheets Family Park grand opening. And then the Pokabosh Trail, which is our section of the trail going south, we're looking to bid out and have a bid opening in May on that, so you'll see that coming soon. That's it.
The trail is the equipment that's out there, I'm assuming.
On William Street?
Yeah. I had someone asking me about the pickleball courts had flooded, and I said, I haven't heard anything about that. I said, I think that's the trail, but that's,
Yeah.
I assume that's what it's for.
Are these light systems, the school crossings? Or are the other places?
There's school crossing.
School crossing?
Yes, sir.
And do we have to repaint? You know, we had done the painting to help curb crazy drivers. So the lights are another aspect.
So, for a quick plug for our community coordinator, Allison Daglow, she had applied for a grant to update and continue the crosswalk paintings. So we may have 1 or 2 other locations that we do this year with the grant money that she received. She also received the grant money that put those lights out. So, and they're not working great yet because we haven't had any sun, so there were some issues. They're just not charged yet. So we have to have, they said we have to have 3 days of full sun to actually get them. And we're just, we're like, you're in California.
this is
We're
northern-
and
this
I
is
don't know
northern
if you know
Indiana.
that we don't get 3 days of full sun regularly.
I was like, I
this
went
time
in
of year.
February.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Okay.
Listen, they will be charged by then and continue. So yeah, that was a grant from Allison Safe Routes. I think it was called Safe Routes to School, but it was not a regular Safe Routes to School. So yes,
Yeah.
All right, Officer Curtis, what do you have for us this evening?
So Alice and I have been working on an event. It's a sexual assault awareness event. It's scheduled for April 18th at the Timber Frame from 8 a.m. to noon. We have 3 guest speakers, both male and female, that will be speaking on their sexual assault experiences and their recovery and everything that they've gone through. And we also have community organizations that will be represented there with their information for the public. We're also doing a donation drive for TLC. We're asking for hygiene products, clothing, stuff like that for females and children. And we also have Scoops. They have graciously volunteered to have their truck up there offering free ice cream to everybody that shows up. The police department will be there with our RAD gear. So if you're not aware, females can sign up for this class, and we basically let them fight us and we teach them how to fight and protect themselves. So we're gonna have hopefully a pretty good turnout, and our goal is to have this an annual event for the city.
And what's the time?
10 a.m. to noon.
10?
You said 8.
Oh, I wrote down 8.
Oh, I might have said 8. I meant 10. 10 a.m. to noon.
It was in the paper, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's
Yeah, it should
just-
be.
Just
Should
the
be
last,
another one coming, I imagine.
like Saturday.
That's it?
That's it.
Thank you very much. Request approval of allowance of accounts payable voucher, 79,089 through 79,355, totaling $2,913,277.08.
Move that we pay the bills.
Second.
That's a second. Any discussion?
Just one question. I see Kokosing is, of course, the biggest bill. How much more on that contract yet?
A lot more. A lot more. That's enough. Okay. Move on.
The bid was 17 million, over 17 million,
I
so
figured they racked up a few already.
it goes through next year, so you'll
Yeah.
see these elevated numbers
Okay.
for quite some time.
We're seeing a lot about $1 million every month so far.
They're about 25 to 30% through their contract.
Well, the reason why I ask is, it seems like everything is overrun. So when do we run out of money on the contract?
So this contract was set up as a BOT, which is the style of it. So it is, unless the scope changes, it is the maximum amount. So if they run over,
They have to hold.
they're.
Okay.
it's at their cost. Build, operate, transfer is what it stands for, but it's just a different procurement method. So you don't bid on it like how we will open bids. It's done a different way.
It was up to them to build their contingency in, or they lose. Yeah, got it.
The original bid came in 8 million over estimate, so we changed and went to the BOT concept. We pared the project down. It is state money. We are not paying this bill. The state is paying.
You're getting reimbursed.
Yes, through us, yeah. We write the checks, but the state ultimately picks up the tab on this particular, all of 17.5 million is state money. So if anybody runs out of money, it'll be state. It'll be the state, and the park won't have any water, so.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Other new business, I wanted to let the council know, we've had conversations about. I'm sorry, you're right, I made a check mark, I shouldn't. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, thank you, Ryan, for catching that. I prematurely crossed it off my list. We've had conversations about the state changing the income tax distribution and how devastating it is to our budgeting process. We will be anywhere from 10 to 25% below our needs if we don't have a change. This last legislative session, they changed the state law requiring, not requiring, or they actually are suggesting that we put a task force together to figure out how to do that. The task force will be made up of one county council member and a financial officer from each town and city within the county. And they will have meetings to figure out the best way to go forward with an equitable way of distributing local income taxes. It is a non-binding process. They will make a recommendation that goes back to the DLGF. The DLGF will compile that data from all the various counties that do this and forward it on to the state legislature. The law doesn't say what will happen after that. But we do see this as a good sign that the state is at least looking at changing distribution process. Ryan will be participating with this. I have sent a letter to the president of the Steuben County Council, Dan Caruso, asking him to, or the council, to appoint a member for their representative to this process, and we will get the process started. The report needs to be done by 1st of October, end of October. Sometime in October is when the report is due. So they will be holding talks this summer to figure out, hopefully, a fair and equitable way to distribute local income taxes.
And that allows them enough time to get in the budget cycle correctly and all.
Well, I'm assuming they'll use the data, and then the long session, the state legislative long session, which is next year, starting after the first of the year, we're hoping that they will address a permanent fix. They've made it very clear to everyone that they will not go backward to the standard we had before. They will not go back to the that we used before. They're going to look at something else. They don't know what else is. They are basically asking communities like Steuben County and all other 92 counties to make a recommendation to them of what we think is the best way to move forward.
Our distribution for next budget year is still based on the old formula.
Yeah.
So this would be going.
In the state, in the state, same law, they also push back the changeover from 2027 to 2028. So we have one extra year of staying under the old system. So we see that as a little bit of a good sign. We'll see what those talks.
Back in the door, maybe, but.
At least they're willing to talk about it and think about it and look at it. They realize they took a system and kind of messed it up. The last conversation I had with the Ways and Means Chair and several of the members was, we don't know why we did this, we don't know why we're involved with this. And we know we need to fix it, and we're not gonna go backwards, we're gonna go forward. So this is part of that going forward process. So I see this as a good sign. They realize that there's an issue for communities like us that needs to be addressed.
So does it also mean that some of the communities were jumping on the bandwagon real quick? No, they were gonna hire, they were gonna let attrition take place. They were gonna cut services. We're not doing any of that stuff.
No, and I asked my department heads, starting in 27, next year, this year's budget, 26 budget going into 27, to do a 10% reduction over 2 years, 5%. I may push that back 1 year because the state legislature has also pushed that back. We will hold the line. We will be very conservative with our spending. We will not put ourselves in a position of anything that is not sustainable. So we will be very cautious. And the biggest problem with what they've done is they've put communities like us in a very defensive position. We have basically stopped moving forward and we're just treading water. But you are right, there are communities that are taking draconian cuts because they're looking at debt service issues that are gonna impact them going forward if they don't get it fixed. So they're starting to make cuts now, so hopefully they'll be able to make their debt service later. We do not have that problem. We do not have any taxpayer-backed debt. So as far as that goes, we're in a very good position right now. There's a lot of communities that are also in very good positions, but we're probably in the upper 25% to be able to weather this storm.
So if I understand right, they broke the egg and then they want us to figure out solutions on how to put the egg back together.
Basically, in a roundabout sort of way.
Just typical state government. The government, local government finance people, they're gonna take recommendations throughout the state and come up with.
They want these taxes. It's called a task force. MUST is the acronym. Municipal something strategic task force is the
to come up with solutions that they may or may not.
Yes, it's non-binding. If we come back and we say, here's how we think the lit should be handled going forward, it's a non-binding piece.
Can I ask a question? It's not binding on the state or not binding on the county?
Non-binding on anybody. It's basically a recommendation back to the state saying, I assume what they're gonna do, if 50 counties come back and say, hey, do it this way, that may be what they do.
So they don't have a solution and they want us to come up with it.
They want us, and I don't think that's a bad idea.
No, that's fine.
They've affected us the most.
But I'd like to hear him say that. We don't have a solution.
Yes, but the interesting part about this is the recommendation from all the towns and cities and county. So you've got Orland, Fremont, Hamilton, Ashley, Angola, and Steubenk. It has to be a unanimous decision. It's something that everybody has to decide, is the way the legislation's written. So Ryan has a very interesting job cut out for him this summer. I don't envy him at all.
I give him a raise, but we might have to.
You may have to come back later. Anyway, I just wanted to bring the council up to speed with what we're doing on that particular front. We are working on it. We're trying to be proactive and move us forward.
Do what's best.
Anybody else have any other new business for this evening? Thank you all for hanging around for the rest of the meeting. You didn't have to do that, but we appreciate you being. With that, we are adjourned. The next meeting will be Monday, April 20th. Thank you all.
Thank you. Paradise. The ballpark is.